Hey, what's up, everybody? If you're still playing catch up from last week, don't worry, we got you covered in probably less than 7 minutes. Let's jump right into it. Last week, my partner, the professor, the man over to my left, or I don't know where Jorge's going to put him, maybe my right, wrote a beautiful blog on fix and flips. I'm going to let the man himself tell you all about it.
At first, Matt, it looks like a fix and flip, but that's not really the story. The real story is the math. These deals always come down to mathematics. It worked because the financing was structured to fit the project, not because anyone got lucky. If you're looking at a property or a project right now, the full breakdown is worth a few minutes.
So basically what you're saying is, if I want to put lipstick on a pig, I got to make sure the numbers make sense. Now, Lou, I don't know if you saw the Olympic Games and the opening ceremonies last week. I certainly didn't, because I don't give a shit. But this week, I'm going to watch the Super Bowl. But here's the real truth. It's not the games itself, it's the stories around them that actually make the news.
What a week, Matt. You missed the opening ceremonies in lovely Milano. There was a hockey show to boost NHL ticket sales. Okay, hockey players? Whatever. Taylor Swift shows up at a Chiefs game and resale prices explode. Matt, do you realize 50% of Chief fans are women? Same pattern every time. They love the story. When people care about the story, attention and money follows. And with NBC owning both the Olympics and the Super Bowl, they were looking at some serious cha-ching if they play their cards right.
You know, Snoop Dogg even carried the torch. I did see that. Now, speaking of ka-ching, buy now, pay later is in the news. Now, if you guys missed it early in the week, head over to my Instagram profile, Matthew R. Meehan. I put up a reel speaking directly about these buy now, pay later companies. They look safe on the surface. They look like alternatives to credit cards. But Lou, fill everybody in.
Matt, thanks for the deep dive. Unintended consequences get us every time. We're all so offended about credit card rates, right? But if they close your credit card account, what alternatives are there? Buy now, pay later seems to be one of those alternatives. But let's talk about the nitty-gritty. Every time you buy a refrigerator, a sofa, or even a trip, that's one contract with a BNPL account. Imagine doing that 7, 8, 9 times a month. That's 8 statements. And it's so easy to miss a payment. And if you miss a payment, those rates are just as bad as the credit cards. So sometimes it's not just about the evil we have, but it's the evil we don't have if we complain too much.
Now, back in the news again, our friend Elon. This time, SpaceX and XAI are looking like they may merge.
Matt, I'm not sure if this is a smoke and mirrors or something is really roasting on the grill. AI needs massive computing power. We all know that. And space offers energy and cooling without the usual constraints. We all know that. But will SpaceX potentially merge with XAI? And will they merge with Tesla? And will it be one big, huge conglomerate like the conglomerates of the 80s? Or is this just Tesla hype right before an IPO just to bump up the valuation?
Listen, here's what I think. I've seen this story before, and I don't know if anybody else remembers this. If we look back at Solar City, which was another Elon company, that company was burning cash and burning cash. What happened? Tesla wound up buying Solar City. He took the company that was burning cash and moved it into the cash cow. Now, the same thing is actually happening here. SpaceX is making money hand over fist. The valuation is insane. XAI, because of all the energy they need and what they need to build it out, it's burning cash. So what he's doing right before the SpaceX IPO, if we ever get there, but I'll touch on that in a second, what he's doing right now is taking a company that's losing money, moving on to a company that's profitable's balance sheet, selling the stock to the public to make one company show profits. It's all financial engineering. Now, here's the real play. There's actually, Chamath is out there telling everybody that he believes there's a very, very slight chance, but still a chance, that SpaceX doesn't go public at all and XAI, SpaceX all merge into Tesla. Would you imagine that?
It was barely a year ago that the biography on Elon Musk came out. I feel like the guy's lived a second life in the last year. I nominate Matthew R. Meehan to author the next biography.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Do a wonderful job with your Ford's pieces.
And another big company that's under pressure right now, let's talk about Disney. And this one affects me because I watch their fireworks every night from my backyard. Look, it looks like Disney's having a CEO mix-up again. We saw this happen last time, and it looks like their streaming division is not doing so well. The parks aren't doing great. Will the House of Mouse ever recover?
There's a couple of stories here, Matt. One, succession planning. I don't care how small or how big your business is, you need to plan for succession. You have a ton of equity incorporated into your business, plan accordingly. Whether it's the next generation, whether it's a foreman, whether it's an office manager, plan ahead. Now, there's also different revenue streams. Disney's been really, really successful with their parks and cruises. But their movies, they're kind of pooping the bed, right? So you have all this revenue from one aspect of the business feeding the others. However, attendance is down and they really are exploiting the clientele that do attend. I mean, I don't know about you, Matt, but if you go to Disney World, it's basically parental financial abuse.
I actually don't go that often.
So you haven't been abused by the House of Mouse. I, for one, have, and I'm telling you, it's got to stop. Because here's what's happening. These are your loyal constituents. These are your loyal consumers. If you abuse them, they will not return.
From Mickey Mouse to Bert and Ernie? No, Bert Moore in Philadelphia. Lou, why don't you break it down for everybody?
The city of brotherly love is not showing the love to small business, and all big metropolitan areas are guilty of this. New York City, Philadelphia, Boston, leave small business alone. They're the ones that do the hiring. They're the ones that are submitting the FICA taxes. They're the ones that are leasing spaces. You got to buy your coffee. You're buying equipment. You're buying machinery. Leave small business alone. Trickle-down economy works. Philly, you got some lessons to learn there, buddy.
Speak with your feet. Move to Florida. No snow. Let's wrap up with some quick hits from around the web. See, Lou, this one really doesn't affect me as much because I really don't give a shit. I think it's all lies, and it's the glass industry pushing bad plastics. Everyone somehow thinks we're turning into plastic because of these nanoplastics.
Matthew, are you one of those conspiracy theorists? I would never have thought. Airlines, meanwhile, won the long game on bag fees. Americans are checking bags again, not because they love it, but because we've all been trained to stop fighting. I think we've just submitted. We just gave up. Credit cards quietly waive the fee. Airlines quietly collect billions, and the carry-on rebellion slowly fades into memory. It's like we got jabbed for 10 years and we're just going to pay the fee now. And finally, Italy blocked cyber attacks tied to the upcoming Olympics. We don't want anyone ruining that ristretto espresso. Targets included embassies, hotels, and event infrastructure. Watch out, San Siro. Inter Milan won't be playing this week because nothing says international competition like hacking the Wi-Fi around a bougie ski resort.
All right, everybody. That is the quick version. If you want the deep dive, head over to Substack and subscribe to the weekly. If you want to continue to watch our recaps every Monday, do me a favor, subscribe on YouTube. We'll catch you next week.